Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here, 4:02 a.m. Part 33, we introduced Swap Force Newlander Scorp. Now we're going to introduce one of his little Wave 2 counterparts, Swap Force Newlander Riptide. Of course, hails from the Water Element. That is, if I can stretch this cord of the headset. I can. Luckily I have long arms, so we're home free. Riptide looks pretty that come cool. He also, you heard me mention in Scorp's video, he's got like the Chase variant, which is like the translucent green. Really fits in pretty well. It actually fits Riptide well. Kind of like an aqua blue would have been ideal, but you know there's not that at this point in time, so the green actually does kind of make sense for him. That said, Riptide very well detailed. I really like, again, I think I mentioned this in the unboxing, but I usually hate gold on anything. It actually fits him really well. It's kind of like a you know, weathered gold, I guess the best way to describe it. He's holding the swordfish, which is again really well detailed. Nonetheless, what I'm going to do here is utilize one of my favorite little tricks here. You'll see that Skylander tab disappear because I took Scorp off the Portal of Power. I'm going to put Riptide back on. My thumb was actually stuck between his hand and the sword. Watch out for that. But we're going to go ahead and back out here, take a look at his intro.
Go fish!
Alright. Pretty aggressive. As you can see, this is literally his first few seconds on the Portal of Power, so he's got a cool, so far Zulu's been my favorite like idle animation just because it's hilarious. He's kind of got a little sword play going on. He's got that same kind of anxious jabbing thing going on. He looks like he'll do a little bit of sword tricks there, but if you get bored, you can check that out on your own. There's a good look at the backside. Again, he's got that 1-2 step going on. Pretty good, like he's ready for a fight. But you see the gold, kind of like I was talking about, even on the character art there in the lower left on the character itself. It's just not overpowering. It's got, like I mentioned, a weathered feel to it. I think that's probably why I like it a little better. If he seems fast, I guess he's at 43. Of course, since it's Monday, he's at 53. Let's take a look at bouncing. Pretty impressive there. His base attack, I think, was called something weird. Tetra. It's not what I thought it would be called. Anyway, let's go ahead. We're going to showcase his primary attack here. 28. That's pretty respectable. Looks like he can throw out some crazy. Let me see if he'll do a combo. No, not yet. At least not with a buttons. Nonetheless, 28 to 42 is not too shabby box stock. Now, secondary attack, I think, was fish toss. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, note the first one he threw, and now he's got like a hammerhead shark. 28. So let's try this again. Secondary attack, 34, 28. Let's try it up close. Okay, well, that was a sheep. Okay, so if you're close with the hammerhead shark, it's kind of like a more of a club attack instead of a soft log. Let that sheep get out of our way. Check this out, though. Looked like that was 20, maybe something else, and then finished with 28 on the log. So there's that toss for 34. Okay, I think the 20 is just fading out. So 20 and then 28 or 42, as you saw. It's a good problem to have. So. At 53, he doesn't seem lightning fast to me. That makes me wonder how 43 will seem. Sometimes the characters, you know, with spike a little ratings will kind of have a feel to them. But nonetheless, we're going to come in here and go to his background story. Alright, as you can see, 37 Skylanders now registered. He's only our third water element. That actually brings them up from the last place. I guess they were tied with Tech, or just one below a couple, but now they've got 3, so not solo in last place for fewest Skylanders. But let's go ahead and we'll come in here and check it out. As you can see, Washbuckler, Dark Washbuckler. That is currently it right now. Obviously, I haven't put Series 2s or Series 3s, let alone the past characters on the game. Punk Shock will be coming at some point, so that's something to look forward to. Nonetheless, Riptide, slogan obviously Go Fish. Let's read his bio here. Pretty cool artwork there. Some of the characters look clay. He just kind of looks like he's a man on a mission. Note the Water Element logo there on kind of like the little medallion. Riptide was known far and wide as one of the best aqua fighters in Skylands, hence kind of that, I wouldn't say egotistical look, but I'd just say very confident. He mastered a multitude of water techniques and astonished tournament spectators with his ability to adapt his fighting style to any opponent. Amongst his repertoire were swordfish fencing, hammerhead heaving, and even the rare blubber whale wallop, which he had used on numerous occasions in the legendary Rumble in the Reef. His unrivaled skill as a swordsman soon drew the attention of Master Eon, but when Chaos learned of this, he sent forth a legion of squid-faced brutes to stop Riptide before he could join the Skylanders. And everyone knows how that turned out, except for the squid-faced brutes, who after being knocked senseless, cannot remember a thing. So, pretty cool story there. I kind of like the fact, Eon sought him out, and then Chaos got involved trying to intervene, keep it from happening. Speaks volumes for, the universal, I guess, appeal of Riptide. So, let's back out of here, back out of here, back out of there, go to Skylander, go to stats.
Strapped to the gills.
There he is again with that 1-2. You can tell he's got that little fighter mentality going on. Max health 300, that's box stock. Speed 43, again, this is Monday, so it's plus 10. Armor 30, that's really high in this game. Critical hit 4, that's about par, believe it or not. Elemental power 32, he's got the plus 7 there. Now, what we really want to pay attention to is his upgrades. It is called Tetra Attack, that's his primary. Press Y to swing the currently held fish at enemies. I'm going to have to go back and see what the whale will do. Or, I'm sorry, the hammerhead shark. Press Y to swing the currently held fish at enemies. Swordfish attacks are quick, and shark attacks are slow, but more powerful. So, if you note, here since like Popthorn with these Newlanders, we've had like a lot of complication here. I mean, it's all cool stuff, but it's not just like straightforward, like Terrapin throw a punch, Terrapin burrow. It's kind of like, well, if you're doing this, you can execute that, and if you want to hold that, you can execute this. Which, like I said, not a bad thing, but they're kind of, making things more unique, and that, of course, is more complex. Secondary attack is Fish Toss. Press A to toss the currently held fish at enemies. Fish Toss will also change between Swordfish and Sharkfish. So, that's how you're going to have to rotate for the primary one. First purchased upgrade, Whale on them. That's a really cool and fitting name. Press X, which is his tertiary, so just like Scorp, it's your first purchased upgrade, assuming you go in order. Press X to drop a large whale and smack down a large number of enemies. That looks pretty awesome. Second purchased upgrade, Bigger Fish to Fly. Press A to throw the held fish, doing increased damage to enemies. Third purchased upgrade, Fresh Fish. Press A to throw the currently held fish. Press Y to attack and critically hit with the new fish. Not quite sure what that means damage-wise, but hopefully it's as impressive as they word it there. Final purchased upgrade is called Blistering Blubber. Whale attacks do increased damage. Pocket whales are known for their helpful nature. So, then you get to a point you have to pick a path. Looks like the top one's going to address his primary stuff, and then the bottom path, I guess, is going to address like your lob toss. So, first one is, I think, Fishy Fencer path. Nipping Needle Nose. Press A to throw the swordfish, which does damage over time to enemies that it hits. I don't know if it's going to like stick in them or something, or just kind of magically do that. Second upgrade down this path, Practice Parry. Swordfish attacks do increased damage. A sword for a nose. Convenient. Indeed it is. Final purchased upgrade path for Fish Fencer, Straight as an Angler. Hold Y to charge a swordfish attack. Release to dash through enemies, causing them to take damage and be knocked back. So we're going to hold Y to charge, release it to dash. That sounds pretty cool. Kind of something unique there. For some reason you think the primary attack is efficient as is, or you'd benefit more from the lob attack, something along trigger happy lines, etc., you're probably going to want to take the bottom path, which is, I believe, the Flounder Pounder path. It begins with Shark Surprise. Press A to throw the shark, which bounces off of enemies' heads before landing. Time to Hammer. I might have preferred Hammer Time, personally. I'm surprised they didn't do that. Hammerhead shark attacks do increased damage. There is more than one reason they're called Hammerhead, so that sounds promising. And lastly, Shark Bite Bait. Hold Y to charge a shark attack. Release to dash forward, hitting enemies in the way. So, kind of both paths, Flounder Pounder and Fishy Fencer, actually kind of end with those charge attacks, which is kind of cool. Now the Soul Gem, it looks interesting here just from this distance. Let's come over to it. Reinventing the Whale. Angry fish explode out of the whale's spout, seeking out and damaging nearby enemies. So that's something we're going to have to pick up and see what it does. It can be found in twisty tunnels. 4:14 and I'm yawning pretty bad. I'll try to get a few more of these done. Let's go now and take a look at his quests. First 6, really basic. Defeat 1,000 enemies, eat 15 pieces of food, don't take damage, non-story mode, win 10 PvP. Do like this one, go to level 20, get all the upgrades. If you don't like in box stock, this encourages you to explore the full potential of the character. Elementalist costs 7,500 bonus damage. Now, 2 true water-specific ones. Extinguisher, defeat a total of 25 fiery golems. This is one of those deals. When you see the fire golems, just remember you might want to switch to a water element character. Next is Aficionado, catch 25 fish with a fishing rod. We've kind of come across that now, so that was pretty sweet. I think it was a Mudwater Hollow. Now the last one is Riptide's personal quest called Whale of a Time. Damage 8 enemies at once with your Whale on 'em ability. That's something you just will have to set up and practice, try to make sure you get them all. Probably easily done in an arena challenge. That's it. We have to back out of here. This is his primary attack with the swordfish. It does 28. We've seen a couple of 42s. Now I'm going to toss the swordfish. That's still a pretty cool animation, but note he's now holding the hammerhead, and with the hammerhead I can use the primary attack. It's going to hit slower, but it should do more damage. 46, that's pretty awesome. I'm just tapping Y as fast as I can just for the motion, so that's pretty cool, really. And then of course you can toss it 28, and then you're back. Really, it does 18 more damage. I would be inclined to say I would personally prefer the swordfish, unless of course it's like close quarters and I throw the swordfish, and I don't think I have time to switch. But we'll just take it as it comes, kind of go from there. That is Riptide, though. Pretty cool character again. Just like Scorp, I think that translucent green chase variant would be pretty dadgum neat. He's glowing pretty nicely on the portal. He's not light core, but when the portal is blue, it kind of white to blue transition, actually. A little bit of the green. It actually radiates up through the water. Kind of looks pretty neat if anyone's not paid attention to that for some reason. That said, again, he's a character I'm excited about. I'll probably have to pick up another one. Perfect world, I'd find the chase variant and keep it sealed and just put it on the portal. That's probably not going to happen. I never say never, though. You don't know what might come across in a story. That said, I probably will pick up a second Riptide at some point, and that way I can showcase both paths to you. Who is next? I think I'm going to do Countdown. He was a character I was really excited about. I have held off using him. I haven't even played him in Swap Force on the 3DS, if that tells you anything. So, to me, he's kind of reminiscent of like a California Raisin. Today, while waiting, actually not waiting, but checking for Wave 3 swappers, thank you Target for nothing, Toys R Us, it's actually a listing for the core Countdown character, you know, $10.99, which is their standard price, but it actually has the packaging and picture of Lightcore. Looks pretty sweet. I'm excited about that. And of course, unlike Riptide and Scorp, since Countdown has a Lightcore character, that will allow me to take both of his paths without worry. So that said, this was Riptide here in part 34. Part 35 is going to be none other than the man himself, Countdown. So pretty stoked about that. Make sure to come back for that. Check out the blog, oneofwisdom.com. More Skylanders information than you'll probably know what to do with. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+. Last but not least, make sure to subscribe. That'll keep you up with all the latest. Again, thank you for watching, and we will be right back to introduce Countdown.